Good morning, everyone. My name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm here in my flat in Rochester, Kent. Good morning. I hope everybody is fine today. To all my subscribers, my new followers, people that watch my videos, I hope you have a wonderful Monday morning, start of a brand new week. So outside is miserable here in Rochester, United Kingdom. I know there is a Rochester, I think there's a Rochester in Australia and Rochester in America. This is Rochester in Great Britain. It's raining. It has been raining, so it's all wet and miserable outside. I've got up this morning. Let's hope we don't have any mischief. Last night was not too bad, to be fair. It wasn't, so I can't complain. If it starts to get noisy, on YouTube you can get some sounds for free that block out noises, as well as obviously trying to use earplugs. I don't like using earplugs because they hurt my ears inside them. Some earplugs actually fall apart and it's easy to get an ear infection when you keep putting things in your ears. So I prefer to use sounds. So on YouTube you've got rain sounds, thunder sounds, crackling fire sounds, soothing sounds to help you get to sleep. So I use those. And Alexa's got some applications. I use Sleep Jar, and that can bring up fan noises, again cat purring, a range of sounds that can block out noise that you're experiencing. It doesn't block out every single noise, but it helps distract. Sometimes I've got several of these applications going on because I've got an Alexa, I've got my mobile, so I'll have Sleep Jar on with the sound, and I will have my mobile phone on YouTube. Obviously the place I live in is not very well soundproofed, so you can hear every little noise, and when something's quite loud it sounds awful. It sounds like the ceiling's caving in, so I try and block these rather than get cross and have a go back at neighbours who, some of it is ignorance, some of it is just the building is not very well soundproofed. So instead of like making noises, I prefer to put sounds on to block it out. You can hear people speak. That is how they are able to know what I'm doing and which room I'm in, because you can even hear someone moving about from room to room. And when I was at my old address, I could hear the old lady swearing downstairs. Her name was June. I used to write about it in the journal. I could hear her swearing to herself downstairs. It's the soundproofing, it's awful. That was in another flat. It can make people extremely angry. It can make people do things they wouldn't normally do. When you can't relax and you get all stressed out because of noise, people react in different ways. We're all different. It's like we're all built different. We all look different. If we was all the same, it would be pretty damn boring, wouldn't it? So, good morning everybody. What I do first thing in the morning is obviously I get up, get dressed, get washed. I've got a cat and a dog, Harry and Max. Sort them out, make myself a cup of tea, which I've just done. Herbal lemon and ginger, and then I try to relax. And I'm obviously going to check. I had an email from the police yesterday saying they'd received my other email and they were passing it on to the officer to have a look through it. So that's taken a while for them to do that. I was actually surprised to get an email from the police on a Sunday. So at the moment it doesn't look like there's anything to worry about phone wise. I don't know what's going on here. I can't get the main screen up. No notifications at all. That's wonderful. Just check my TikTok, check my Facebook, check my YouTube, and just go from there.
It looks like Eminem has found love again. The usually private rapper, who turns 53 today.
No, it's been pretty damn quiet overnight, which is good. So what's the weather like? Light rain. 59 degrees apparently with light rain. Breezy with showers around. So rain, we had rain last night. I took Max out for a walk last night. I didn't take my camera. I was feeling in a strange mood last night. I just didn't want to do anything. I had to make myself do everything yesterday. Force myself to again. I'd got myself into a bit of a, not depressed, but a low mood. That's what the rain and the dark weather does to me, and I just forced myself outside. And yeah, I just went out, put the umbrella up, and I just wanted to go around and be left in peace and walk around in the rain. But obviously I've been talking about gang stalking and harassment a lot lately, and they come out in the snow. They come out when it's freezing cold, just to do their shenanigans. But I just don't. I try not to take any notice of it. They are attention seeking. They do like to think, that they know your business, and try to embarrass and make you feel, trying to stop you write your journal, trying to stop you, breathings, trying to stop you watch what you're watching on telly, making you feel like you're being watched, and it makes you feel paranoid. And until I watched the Narc Survivors channel on YouTube, and I followed this group on Facebook, I didn't know what was going on. I thought, wow, is it me? Is it me? And then I realised that other people do go through what I'm going through. I'm not paranoid. I'm not crazy. This coughing has been noticeable for years. This walking past me and coughing. And I won't be brainwashed, and listen to my mother mainly. It stems from my mother, listening to what my mother's saying, and the tales that she told me when I was living with my mum and dad. So I listened to my mum's voicemail yesterday, and that's when I started to feel low. When I listened to my mother's email message. Right, and when you realise your own mother is part of this Mickey taking, it's not funny. Your own mum. You think your own mum would be strong enough to not join in with this harassment and rubbish that these idiots project onto people that are going through tough times in life, and that's when they hit you at the worst. I've been through it before, a lot worse than I'm going through now. I have learnt to live with it as I learnt to live with the pain that I suffered. When I first had damage to my face, I was having electric shock pains down my face and down the side of my body, electric shock type pain, and I was really in agony, and I tried every form of pain relief the doctor was giving me, and it wasn't working. I went to a neurologist up at the Medway Maritime Hospital, and again that was no use. And in the end, you find your own way of pain relief, your own way of coping with chronic pain, and I did. It hasn't gone today, I live with it, but I've got my own way of coping with it. And in 2020 to 2023, I was in immense agony still. Really, really bad neuropathic pain. And I had to cope with this noise nuisance as well as on top of this pain. And I was up and down to the doctors, waiting in doctors' rooms, going to emergency out of hours doctors, all that kind of thing. Now, I look after myself. I still have this pain. I'm still on painkillers every single day. Sometimes I'm dizzy and I'm disorientated, but I still manage to take my dog out for a walk, right? So I've learned to live with the noise, and I've learned to live with the pain. Right? I do feel that these gang stalkers are listening into my private conversations. I do believe they're going through my WhatsApp, and they listen, and then when you go somewhere, you'll see them. So if you say you're going to the hospital, you'll see them. So it feels like they're stalking you. It may be a coincidence that they might be at the hospital the same time as you, or they might be going out the same time as you, or doing this and doing that. Or when you say you're going to talk to someone over the phone, they stay at home. When they normally go out, they will stay at home. If you say, if I said out loud, right, I'm expecting a phone call. So if I was talking to somebody and saying, I've got to stay home, I'm expecting a phone call, and suddenly the stalkers to stay at home as well, right? When they normally go out. Now this is what I'm finding as well. And when I was going through the Narc Survivors video yesterday, they can use technology to spy on you. Tracking devices. It sounds ridiculous. People keep coming to me and saying it's not proven. Well, people can spy on you. Pinhole cameras the size of the eye of a needle inside walls, and in, you know, that tiny needle point inside walls to spy on you and watch and monitor, and they do. They watch and monitor to see the change of your mood, to see what makes you miserable, to see what makes you happy. They monitor. They watch. In the case of a stalking ex-partner, they're seeing what you're doing and perving on you. Anyway, This is why I talk on YouTube, because I believe I'm being watched and listened to anyway. So if it goes out everywhere, there's nothing that they see that you don't see, because I don't go around walking around naked in my flat. When I'm in the shower, I'm very careful about getting in and out of the shower. They don't see anything. They don't. I don't invite male company back to my flat. I would not put a partner through what I'm going through. I have had people into my flat noticing these coincidences, i.e. the coughing, the mimicking. They even mimic people that come into my flat. They mimic my family. It's not funny. It's kind of like makes my company feel like freaked out as well. So I think I'm isolating myself, to be honest, and protecting anyone around me, because my company in the past has noticed the coughing, has noticed neighbours coming out and sticking their nose in my business. The lady at the previous flat used to stand and wait for me to come down the stairs and start. She used to open her door and come out and pick on whoever was with me. And when I went to meet someone late at night, she was stood by the door listening. And this was an old woman. And when it will go from place to place, because I lived at my previous address and this stalking was going on with neighbours and residents, and it will go from place to place until the police find out who's doing it. Someone that's very interested in my personal activities, which isn't a lot right now because I live by myself. And we had a flirt finder message yesterday, and it's all got kisses on it. All of them have got, not every person puts kisses after their messages. So, but every message I do, hello beautiful, hello gorgeous, kiss, 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 kiss. It does sound like a woman to me. Sounds like a female. Hello sweetie, hello sweet cheeks. You don't know me. You haven't met me. I don't know you. I don't like all that familiarity when I've just met somebody. Not met. I don't like that familiarity when I've just met someone on a dating site for the first time. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Hello, sweet cheeks. Hello, gorgeous. You know it's fake from the get-go. You just know it is. There's no reality in their messaging. There's no reality. It's all fake. It's all false, like they are. Fake. But there are some people that go outside and talk to people and go, hello, darling. Hello, darling. Hello, sweetie. But the majority of us don't do that. It's a bit too familiar when you don't know somebody, isn't it, to go up to walk to someone up to someone and say, hello, darling. That's certainly something I wouldn't do. So, like I said, I'm at home, and the stalkers seem to arrange their activities around me, either to intimidate or to listen and to try and cause trouble, thinking that I'm going to get cross or get miserable even. But if they want to hang around waiting for me to take a phone call, that is their prerogative. because I might not even take a phone call this morning. Alexa, good morning.
Good morning. Today is International Sloth Day. Let's take inspiration from these masters of relaxation. Rest easy, hang out, and generally enjoy all that life has to offer. Starting now.
Alexa, what's the time, please?
Good morning, Crystal. It's 8:27 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Monday, the 20th of October.
Alexa, what's the weather like in Rochester, England?
In Rochester, England, it's 13 degrees Celsius with showers. Today's forecast calls for more of the same, with a high of 15 degrees and a low of 11 degrees.
Alexa, can you tell me a Halloween joke?
Why are ghosts bad liars? Because you can see right through them.
And Alexa, how many days to Halloween? Alexa, how many days to Halloween?
There are 11 days to Halloween. I'm getting excited already. Just ask me to do a spooky rap.
Alexa, do a spooky rap.
Dr. Frankenstein has Igor as his trusty assistant, but for most other monsters, people like to keep their distance. Then I came along to be everyone's sidekick. I helped Frankenstein's monster not to fear his plastic. Witches ask the weather before they go for a broom flight, and my jokes always make the blob jiggle with delight. I remind Count Dracula to take his iron supplement. When Medusa has bad hair days, I pay her a compliment. I quell the zombie's appetite with brainy fun facts. On full moons I sing lullabies to make Wolfman relax. The mummy likes to get wrapped up in a spooky short story. I play music for the bogeyman to get down in all his glory. Wolfman, witches, vampires too. Even fiends need a friend. Living in a castle or a black lagoon. On me you can depend. There are only 3 things that can strike me with terror. Water, bad Wi-Fi, and a 404 error.
Alexa, which celebrity was born on this day?
Celebrities born on the 20th of October include Kamala Harris, Snoop Dogg, Chance Perdomo, John Krasinski, and Tom Petty.
Happy birthday to Snoop Dogg. Alexa, how old is Snoop Dogg?
Snoop Dogg is 54 years old.
Ooh. Eminem's 53, Snoop Dogg is 54. Everybody's getting older. And wiser, I hope. Right, guys, I'm going to go for now. See you later.